just as I predicted. I said in my last video, this meeting between Erika, Kirk, Candace, Owens, there'd be lawyers there. The lawyers. Maybe we should make that a meme. The lawyers. So welcome back to the channel, Culture Confederacy here. It's Tuesday night. Now, I normally don't post on Tuesday nights. But Candace Owens, she spilled the beans on her podcast today. So we're going to go through some of this audio. And thank you again for watching, subscribing, pardon me, being a part of this thing called the Culture Confederacy. I just got done eating some ice cream, so my throat's a little coated here. But as you know, we do these in one take. So we're just going to get through this. But thank you again for watching and subscribing. Now, if you're new to the channel, you're not going to find any fancy graphics here. And I have to say this, sorry for those of you who have been watching for a while, but I have to say this on every video because I don't want people walking away just because they see a screenshot or a still shot. That's how the channel's done. So what you see is what you get. We try to preserve great art, music, history, and culture. So at any rate, let's get to this. And you really get the impression, well, I'll get to that in a moment, because I have my thoughts on this. But this really was a she said meeting. You said this and you said that. You have to own up to what you said. Now, to Candace's credit here, she does admit that, she may have gone a little too far in some instances here with things that she tweeted, you name it. So let's get to this. Now, this starts at the 1 minute and 36 second mark. I'll give you these timestamps as we go so you can go back and check this for yourself. But let's get to this. Here we go. Candace Owens spilling the beans.
Nobody is changing their mind anything. How ridiculous would it have been if I'm doing all of this, investigating, asking all of these questions, and then Erika Kirk offers to answer some of these questions, and I'm like, no, I'm not going to go. I can't betray people. I don't want any answers to the questions. I just want to ask them.
Because people were saying that she was just goading Erika Kirk, and this is all she was doing was just asking these questions to basically be a pain in the ass.
No, this is the entire reason we are doing this. We've been looking at the situation going, why can't Turning Point USA just answer basic questions? And I can tell you guys that yesterday, for 4 hours and 30 minutes, there were no rules. They said you can ask us any question
no rules now.
That's on your mind.
But lawyers were present.
And some of you guys are thinking, who is they? Who is they? It's the Jews, obviously.
That's a joke.
Just kidding. It's Justin Strife.
Don't dock me for that, YouTube, but that's a joke.
Which is Justin Strife and Erika. George joined me just for the beginning portion of the conversation because he had that thing going on that I told you on the 15th all day. He was in a conference. And then I brought my cousin Mia, the one that has a really bad attitude. I just bring her there for vibes.
That's funny.
People. They're like, I don't understand what's this person doing here. And the reality
just for the
vibe,
man. Just for the vibe.
Music. But she's my cousin, and I always have her around. And so that was it. She was kind of sitting a little bit away, but at the table, it was really just the four of us.
Just the four of us.
And I will be honest, I did not know what to expect going into the room.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know if they were going to be open. I didn't know what Erika's energy was going to be like.
I told you, she said, you gotta fess up here type meeting.
If it was going to be more of an argument, if there was going to be legal threats.
Bitch fest.
You guys were telling me not to drink water, so I didn't drink water. Well, I brought my own water, but I didn't drink that water too.
Because the water could have been poisoned.
Okay. And the
you never know with these people, right?
With Justin Strife very sensibly saying, what are we looking to accomplish here? What is the actual aim of this conversation?
And here it comes. Just wait for this. Here is what Erika Kirk was really mad about.
And he was pretty clear, and Erika was very clear, that they were sort of most upset with what obviously a bit of a fever pitch.
Here we go.
I tweeted that it was a God-forsaken company and people should not give money to it. And I have to own that. That's aggressive. That is actually aggressive in the
a God-forsaken company, and you shouldn't give money to it. And she admits that was going a little bit too far here, as you'll hear in just a moment. Pardon me again.
Retrospect, I was very frustrated. And I don't know, I felt like we weren't getting any answers, and there were so many lies, and then I was getting attacked for asking all meaningful questions that was within their capacity to answer.
That has been puzzling me, and I think a lot of people here who aren't conspiracists, who aren't necessarily liberal or conservative, they're like myself, independent, and we're looking at this thing going, well, why didn't you just answer these things from the very beginning, you idiot?
I told you, I definitely, my problem in life is that I can rise to anger very quickly. I shared with them that I really felt like I was under attack for telling the truth from the very beginning.
See, you said this about me, and you said that about whatever.
I was like, look, I say something in a tribute to him. Alex Clark and Andrew Colvett then jump onto a podcast, and they're doing that weird interview, which is clearly aimed at me. And they've teased the interview as like aimed at me, but they never say my name. And that to me felt like it was the first, the first bit of mud that was slung, which
mudslinging.
Their answer for that was, "Hey, that was a really crazy time.
It was just a crazy time.
Place, and by no means did Erika give any person.
In other words, they're afraid they're going to lose the 2026 midterms.
Whatever. Okay, that kind of obviously was not the meat of the reason that we wanted to sit down. I will say I was immediately refreshed by the fact
Erika was really upset. She called it a godforsaken company.
Did was she owned the lies. The lies, or rather, I guess they would...
Ding, 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 ding.
Various people at the company.
She owned the lies.
This is a company with 650 people that are employed.
650 employees. 650.
And they are communicating, and no matter what somebody says on Twitter, they assume that this communication has come down from management, and that's not always the circumstance. But they owned right away, which felt great, that, if you guys recall, Erika sat down with Glenn Beck. I actually missed this portion.
Does anybody get the impression here that nobody in this organization, after Charlie Kirk was assassinated now, nobody knew what the other was doing, and that once Charlie Kirk got assassinated, that everything just went to hell in a handbasket really quick, and they brought Erika in to keep things afloat?
Because I didn't get to watch the interview in its entirety. We were pulling clips because a lot was coming out very quickly. But there was a portion that was going around that was viral, and it was Erika saying that she had Charlie's phone and that Charlie never texted anybody.
Again, the Glenn Beck interview that Erika Kirk did.
Thought that they were going to kill him, and that obviously reflected poorly on me because I was the one who said that he did, in fact, text multiple people the night before. And then I went on Jimmy Dore on Friday, Jimmy Dore's show, and I clarified. I said Andrew Colvett told me specifically that he was one of the people that received this text message.
So she's getting this from a direct source.
I didn't get that from a source. I got that directly from Andrew Colvett. And then somebody who had access to Dan Flood's communications.
We don't know who that somebody is, but somebody had access to it.
They owned that right away and explained. Erika said that she has Charlie's phone. She's looking at his iMessages. And it turns out that he, like everybody else, communicates on Signal, he communicates on Telegram, and that those when she heard me say that, they then went and looked, and yes, that what I said was true.
So what was the point of this meeting, Erika? What was the point of this meeting, Candace? I think Candace knew very well what she was doing, and I think, as I said, I actually posted something on X about this, that Candace... That Erika, in my humble opinion, really had no clue what was going on at TPUSA, or she was at least in denial about certain things. Didn't want that coming out. And Candace Owens knows some things, but she kept that out of the meeting. Tell me what you think in the comment section below.
Andrew Colvett received a message the night before, and Dan Flood received a message the night before. Now they asked me if I had actually a concrete...
So this raises a very good question here. Why wasn't there adequate security? This is like January 6th. Well, the question I've asked about January 6th. Why wasn't there adequate security at this event with Charlie Kirk at, was it UVU or whatever the name of the university is?
got the night before, and I said no. Somebody told me what it said, which was almost exactly what Andrew said, which is they're going to kill me. Andrew did not know who that he was referring to were,
But Candace Owens is crazy. She's just, spinning these conspiracy theories.
He clarified that the message that Dan Flood received said the left is going to kill me. So I can't confirm that one way or the other. I have trusted them on that because I did not see that concrete message. I was told that it said they. Now, obviously, we discussed the moment, and I'm laughing here because you TikTokers are actually out of control. You guys are going to be the reason that Israel gets TikTok because you guys are acting a fool all the time. And the videos were so hilarious of you guys mocking the Barry Weiss interview. It's great. It's good to laugh at ourselves. And Barry Weiss is always worth laughing at. But
yeah, especially with this town hall she did with Erika. This thing was a train wreck, an absolute train wreck.
I was sort of like, hey, I felt name-checked by the podcaster, Candace Owens, this obvious setup, and then asking me to stop. And it's interesting to hear Erika say that the reason she didn't ask me to stop in the beginning because she was actually learning things from the show. She was actually learning things. And
again, proving my point that it sounds to me like Erika Kirk didn't know what was going on at TPUSA, or she was in denial.
That I think she similarly felt that Barry Weiss was trying to create a moment. Obviously, it's who Barry Weiss is. It's the Zionist lobby. She's trying to right perceived wrongs because I'm against her side. That does not surprise me.
Then what the hell is Barry Weiss
Weiss
doing this interview for? This town hall with Erika Kirk?
She's just committed to stacking the audience with people that are going to present the pro-Israel cause and talk about anti-Semitism and talk about like crime being on the rise. It's kind of an embarrassment, but...
And you knew the gig was up when one of the people who asked this question, well, there's a couple of people, when one of these people that asked this question about, I guess, gun violence or something to do with President Trump and his rhetoric is a guy named Hunter Kozak. You can correct me in the comment section below if that was a question he asked or not. But Hunter Kozak is related to Steve Kozak, who works on the Jimmy Kimmel Show as a director. And his father was Elliot Ira Kozak, who was the producer, longtime manager for Bob Hope. So this is basically the elite interviewing the elite here.
But I actually do accept that. And I should also clarify that Barry Weiss obviously picked those questions. They were not random, like I told you. It wasn't like
so Barry Weiss picked these questions.
And they didn't know if they were going to get. It was all very much planned by Barry, but Erika said that she knew the general idea, like they were going to mention.
Erika knew the general idea now.
But she was not given that specific, the podcaster, Candace Owens, question. So I think that's fair to clear that up now.
So Barry Weiss had it out for Candace Owens.
I did not at all recant any of my suspicions, and I understand people disagree with me about particular people at Turning Point USA. I communicated what I communicated in front of the whole world. My skin crawled after I spoke to Terrell Farnsworth, the person who took the cameras down. He lied to me several times. I explained to them, which felt good to have.
You should see a picture of this guy.
How Terrell lied multiple times.
I would never ask this guy for directions, I'll tell you that.
I did not understand why he was there that day. They echoed what he said. They defended what he said, that they were trying something new that day, that they typically live stream, which is what Terrell said. They typically live stream, and I said every college event. Well,
but again, why wasn't there enough security
that are tour stops
on that day on the
like
UVU
outside,
campus?
Prove me wrong type events, and that was something that was new, and it required Terrell. And
so I'm going to stop it there. You get the general idea here. Now, she later talks about how, a few minutes later here in this podcast, talks about how she spoke with the lawyer. And according to the lawyer, they only have so much information in this investigation. And Candace Owens wanted to know, well, why wasn't this being, this information given to the public? It sounds like you're trying to gaslight the public here. So again, this was a she said meeting. And Erika was really mad that at the heart of this, root of this, she was really mad that Candace Owens, in the heat of the moment, called TPUSA a godforsaken organization and you shouldn't give money to it. So again, tell me what you think in the comment section below. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, you know what to do. You can follow me at Instagram, #JasonComposes. I'm sorry the audio wasn't the greatest. I'm doing this from my laptop here. And again, this is available on YouTube. So I'm sure I'm not violating any copyright here or copyright laws. But thank you again for being with me. You can find me at Instagram at Jason197711. Find me on Substack or go to Culture Confederacy at Culture Confed 1 on X. Can't even talk tonight. I seem to have that problem with my videos for some reason. But they are what they are, one-take videos. And again, thank you so much, seriously, from the bottom of my heart, for supporting this thing called the Culture Confederacy, because I'm all about truth and preserving great art, music, and history and culture and all that jazz. So keep up the culture. God bless. I'll catch you next time. Take care.